Next week, the Bullseye View Draft Experience will be going down here at Riley Green's Duck Blind. Spit it out. Yeah, you can find the link in the bio for tickets. They're gonna go fast, man. Blaine Bishop coming down to MC with me. Obviously, Jonathan Hutton and the ladies from the Sideline Rewind, Albert Hainsworth, Zach Pillar. I reached out to Benzie Olsen, Kevin Dyson. There's a lot of guys that, anybody that's been on, that's been featured on Bullseye View is liable to show up, tell some draft stories, take some questions from the crowd, and just, make it a nice evening with Titan alumni. Yo, what up? It's the host with the most, Keith Bulluck, coming from Venice Beach. Bullseye View, West Coast edition. So right now we're heading over to check out Jhoanna Alba. She makes clothes, for athletes, actors, entertainers.
Like I did Carmelo Anthony's draft. I'm so sorry.
Oh wow! Wait, you did the big?
I did. But
you can't get it right all the time.
But it's now in the museum and like
it's in the Hall of Fame.
It's somewhere in the. It is. It's hilarious. But I was like,
I remember those suits.
And every time I see him, I apologize. I'm like, that's what people were wearing back then.
Bullseye View. I'm the host with the most, baby. Podcasting for the masses, and I'm coming correct.
You always had your own style.
Yeah,
you never wanted to be like you were a
everybody
trendsetter.
else. I didn't want to dress like everybody else. Do you consider yourself a tailor, a stylist, or fashion? I don't know what
That's really funny because actually we just did for the NFL honors, we designed like a cowboy suit for Myles Garrett. And he gave me like a shout out, but he was like, shout out to my seamstress, Jhoanna. So I was like, hey, I'm not really a seamstress. Like I know how to sew, but I have a whole production house of 30 tailors that, manufacture for us here locally. So I would call myself like a little bit of everything. What we do is very different from most because we do style, we do manufacture, and we do like all of the above.
I could officially call you my stylist, but I always think of a stylist as someone that gets somebody dressed, right? So I don't necessarily, I guess you get me dressed, but you get the things that I use to get dressed. Like you don't tell me what to wear and how to wear it. I feel like that's more of a stylist, but you help me with my looks. You know my looks, like you just said. You know my looks, like when I'm trying to step out and be seen. I'm gonna be looking clean.
Yes, of course. So yes, I feel like what I do is a collaboration, right? Because you know what you like, I execute it, I deliver it, but then at the end of the day, you're kind of the stylist because you're the one putting it all together.
Right.
But it's more of a collaboration because you have to.
My style collaborator.
I like that.
I have a style collaborator. I ain't got no style collaborator. I style collaborated with men as well. And they're fine. They make nice stuff. I feel like, your eye has always been a little bit different. Like for myself, I always kind of wanted to like have my own style, but yet, let's not get crazy. For you, what would you say your style is? What is Jhoanna Alba's style?
Timeless. Timeless, and then, this is when I get a new client, I always tell them invest in your staple colors. Invest on things that are timeless, right? You've always been timeless. You've never stepped out in like a plaid.
No, I'm not doing that. We're not getting crazy.
Well, that was Charles Woodson back in the days, right? When he played for the Raiders, he even had like the matching hat.
That's my guy. Damn.
That's my guy now.
What are some of your favorite people or clients throughout the years that you have made clothes for?
Oh man, throughout the years, you, all my loyal
Appreciate
cats.
Yeah, no, for sure.
All
for
my
sure.
loyal guys.
You work with Jeffery Simmons now, who's on the Titans.
Man.
So you Derrick Henry as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So all that
Yes.
fly stuff you see them guys wearing, you
Yes.
know, who's responsible
Eddie
for it.
George.
Eddie. I remember I was on you before Eddie, you know what I'm saying?
You were.
And I think I wore something and Eddie was like, yo, who was, because Eddie, like, that's what I love about Eddie. Like, he's a real one. Like, he's not afraid to give it up, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, that's nice.
Jeffery Simmons trusts me with everything, to be honest. He's like, what do I have for this weekend? I'm like, I'm just gonna make it for you. And I just send it to him and then he wears it, you know,
Nice.
But he looks so good in everything. So he trusts me. But I think clients come to me depending on, like you said, the SPs. Obviously they're gonna wear a suit. They're gonna dress up a little bit more. So it just depends on the occasion. My mentor, Magic Johnson, he would have me finish off his suits. He's like, I need a women's touch. So I would do the ties and all the accessories.
Right.
But back then it was like Versace, Gucci ties. So I would walk up and down Rodeo Drive with all his suits trying to match up all the Versace and Gucci ties. So that's how I built my relationship with him. But when I went to his house, he's like, you need to start your own business. And I'm like, okay. And he just said, make me 10 suits. Yeah, and he just gave me that, gosh, I'm getting like emotional. Like I tell this story all the time, but for some reason I'm getting super emotional. Anyways, he was like, start your own business. And I'm like, how am I gonna do this? He's like, just do it. Like I got you, basically. And then nothing fit. And I'm like, oh my God.
Out of the 10?
Out of the 10, I had to like alter all of it. So there goes my profit. And I'm like, so how did I find everything? Downtown Garment District. Driving around, I'm crying. I'm like, how am I gonna get all these suits? That's why I kept hearing Magic. Figure it out. So then finally like find fabric vendors, and then I'm at a stoplight, literally like at a stoplight, and I'm crying. And I looked to the right and said, tailor shop. And I was like, okay. So I'm just gonna, I have to start somewhere. So local tailor shop who like a handful of them still work with me till this day.
Nice.
Which is like such a blessing. Went in there, they made the suits, nothing fit, had to go back, alter everything. And then he just kept like doing it until I got it right. Then he referred me to like Frank Robinson and then Dave Winfield and then like all his network.
Right.
And then you get somebody on the Lakers and then, you know, you get that like you.
Right.
I get you, you give me, and it was a domino effect of referrals.
You know, having the task to fit and dress Magic Johnson, who is 6'9", and then he's referring to you to all his friends who are also human anomalies in size. When did it trigger that, yo, this is a real business and these guys can't buy off the rack, so they need tailored clothes?
Yes. So, I mean, at the time when I started, I'm like, I just have to do this, right? Like, I don't like, and trial and error and like learning, but yeah, I found the niche. And then I did my first NBA draft and then my second NBA draft. And now we're getting into like, decades. Like I did Carmelo Anthony's draft. I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow. Wait, you did the big.
I did. But,
you can't get it right all the time.
But it's now in the museum and like.
It's in the Hall of Fame?
It's somewhere like in
Wow.
it is. I have to Google exactly where it is.
Okay, we'll find it. We'll find it.
It's hilarious, but I was like,
I remember those suits.
And every time I see him, I apologize. I'm like, that's what people were wearing back then.
For
but
sure.
if you looked at the whole class, it was hilarious.
Yeah, I remember that draft class. So how big is your team now? Your mom has been with you since day one, but how big were you when you finally, okay, we got this, we're going? How big were you when you started to where you have grown to now? Because now you've done, like we said, like the top NFL, NBA guys now. You've done music, art, like Hollywood, movies,
commercials.
Ballers. I remember, was that with The Rock?
It was with The Rock, and I collaborated with his stylist, Robert Mata, so we were able to execute the suits. So what's different, again, between us and other, clothiers or stylist collaborators, is that we own our own production house. So that's how we're able to turn around a suit in 5 hours. Or
so
not really 5 hours.
No, but look, I won't put that pressure on, but like, once upon a time, I needed like clothing for like the ESPYs or an event or something out here, and my agent's like, I got the person and got fitted, and she had it for me. It was very quick. I feel like I needed it that evening. Like, you've done that before. If it wasn't that time, I know you've done that before, but
we just don't advertise it.
There you go.
But it's okay. We're able, definitely capable.
When you start working with a new client that doesn't really have their own style or know anything about clothing, is that easier for you because it's like a blank canvas, or it's like, come on, you gotta know something?
Well, so I do stalk them before I meet them. So where they come from,
you do your research.
Instagram and see what their style is.
What region has the best style? What about guys in the South and guys in the North, the West Coast, East Coast?
As much as I'm a West Coaster, East Coast.
You're serious?
I know. It's like we're kind of behind. It's like
East Coast got that, you know what I mean?
But also East Coast is always dressed to the nine. It's also playing in football, NFL, all the East Coast teams had more of a dress code.
Yeah, for
all
sure.
the West Coast teams, San Francisco, Rams, they're so
laid
chill.
back,
But you go to New York and they're in overcoats, scarves,
different weather too, I love dressing for the fall. I feel like dressing for the fall is really dope. Like you're saying, overcoat, I come to you for coats a lot. Like I come for you to coats a lot because I like for my coats to be on my shoulders, be right to where they need to be,
you
the
have
right
long
length.
Arms.
Exactly. So I can't just go buy off the rack. And then, when I put my scarves and I do my thing, you know what I'm saying?
It's a thing though. I'm like, we need to bring that back.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. The weather is completely different, but come on.
Right.
East Coast wins.
The East Coast takes it when it goes north, south, east,
Sorry,
west.
West Coast.
So here's one for you. Forget baseball. Who has better style? Basketball or football? NBA or NFL?
Man, honestly, okay, it's starting to become a tie, to be honest, but I would say NBA than NFL.
NBA?
Sorry.
Why? Because they got more money?
Oh, perhaps.
Yeah, they can buy more, I'm just...
But all the pages on Instagram, Pro Trending, right, that are really showcasing everyone's
When I think about
style.
I can see why some NBA is suspect. But the tunnel walk will get the NBA up there because, they get featured a lot. And I think, honestly, when I see the NFL fashion and these guys are fashion, they're doing too much. I feel like guys try too hard a lot of times to be fashionable, and just because you wear a lot of labels don't make you stylish or fashionable, I feel. And that's another reason why I like working with you, because you can make something look like something. I was wearing something last summer and then somebody was like, oh, is that Gucci? I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to make it be Gucci, but they're like, and I was like, oh, you must have thought.
Well, that's what's fun about also custom clothes, is because you can add a pocket here and here and here and make it your own, where the right designers, it's like that's it and that's what you get. Right.
And then what also you probably don't do it anymore, it might have been a one-off for me, but I'll be somewhere shopping and I'll see a jacket or something, I'll take a picture of it and send it to you, and then you whip it right up.
But you'll say I want a different color, add pockets, and make it your own.
It'll look different, but I'll add can you do this to this and this, and that, to me, that's a winner right there. So that's why it was important for me to get out here, not only to get my jacket, altered, but at the same time to have you on Bullseye View, because you are definitely part of my community, and people compliment my clothes a lot. So when y'all see me having that shit on,
You know,
That's
is
the
responsible.
East Coast slang.
When you see me dressed to the T, dressed very nice, Miss Jhoanna Alba is the one responsible.
I appreciate you. Oh my gosh.